When crypto's golden kid lost his whole business in a single night, he did not shy away from the spotlight, but instead actively sought it out and participated in interview after interview after interview after interview. To phrase it another way, I am truly sorry for everything that has occurred. Consider it in this light, if you will. I've been going through a difficult time. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I just don't get the joke here. That is a very humble acknowledgement of responsibility. In this interview with the New York Times, he demonstrated symptoms of unease, which may be a reaction to the possible scope and complexity of a scandal that may be even more major than Enron. This may be a reaction to the potential scale and complexity of a scandal that could be even more significant than Enron. Hit him. After the theft of customer funds amounting to billions of dollars, many people couldn't help but wonder why on earth he wasn't arrested right away. After all, it was obvious that he had committed a serious crime. The digital currency trading platform known as FTX was taken offline during the month of November. At the request of the United States, the authorities in the Bahamas detained SBF at the opulent mansion where he resided with roommates. This didn't happen until exactly 1 month and 1 day after FTX filed for bankruptcy. This happened a good number of hours before SBF started playing a video game. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has leveled allegations against him, stating that he defrauded significant investors who had cumulatively invested nearly $2 billion over the course of a few years. According to our allegations, Sam Bankman-Fried built a house of cards on a foundation of deceit, while simultaneously convincing investors that it was one of the top in his statement. The head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, mentioned that an investigation into this incident is currently underway. The structures in cryptography that are the most secure. Reportedly, in order to salvage his other firm, Alameda Research, which was a hedge fund that was experiencing financial difficulties, Sam Bankman-Fried stole billions of dollars worth of customer cash from FTX. It is believed that when he was unsuccessful in his attempts to salvage other struggling cryptocurrency startups, he developed a backdoor in the accounting software that was utilized by FTX. Because of this secret passage, he was able to move billions of dollars from FTX to Alameda without the transactions being reported to external auditors. SBF has, on numerous instances, responded to claims that he engaged in some form of wrongdoing and denied those allegations. Have you been made aware of the fact that the city of Alameda will be getting some of these funds? What kind of a response do you have to that? I had no notion that the money provided by the clients was being used in an inappropriate manner in any way, shape, or form. The fact that the cryptocurrency news website CoinDesk brought attention to the close connections that exist between Bankman-Fried's two companies, FTX and Alameda, caused the entire finance industry to experience some unease. The largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world is run by Binance, which is owned and operated by Binance. It was an early investor in FTX, and it ultimately decided to sell its interest in FTX, which mostly consisted of the FTX token FTT. This action caused the price of the token to plummet dramatically and started a domino effect of anxious customers canceling their orders, which ultimately resulted in a precipitous drop in the value of FTX. Along the way, individual customers' funds worth a combined total of billions of dollars were stolen and lost. Bankman-Fried has indicated that he could have prevented the failure of FTX if he had spent 1 hour per day studying various areas of risk management. This could have been done by spending 1 hour per day analyzing various aspects of risk management. Taking risks was essential to the success of his businesses. Alameda was fraught with peril due to the fact that its current chief executive officer was once his ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, a mathematical prodigy with an age of 28 and a passion for Harry Potter. In my opinion, it is really vital to have the ability to accept risks that have been carefully considered. If my memory serves me well, we don't really have any stop losses or anything similar like that. In my perspective, such kinds of tools for risk management are not always among the very best available. The amount of money that can be lost on a contract is limited by a stop loss, which is the reason for its existence. It is quite dangerous to not have a stop loss in place, since this will force you to automatically sell an item once it reaches a specified value. This will happen if you do not have a stop loss in place. But it appeared that nobody was paying attention to the warnings about the impending catastrophe. The deception that SBF and his team carried out was successful in fooling everyone. People thought of him favorably in the same vein as Warren Buffett. That did not in the least bit help the situation at all. The likes of Tom Brady and Stephen Curry, two of the world's most famous athletes, have endorsed the FTX brand. Because of FTX, I have everything at my disposal that I need to buy, sell, and trade Bitcoin without exposing myself to any form of financial loss. The glitz and glamour serve to conceal what some FTX users have referred to as a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is a type of financial swindle in which early investors are paid back with money that has really been given by subsequent investors. Bernie Madoff, the con artist behind a massive Ponzi scam, was responsible for bilking tens of thousands of individuals out of a total of as much as $65 billion. His plan was the genius behind the Ponzi scheme. Instead of making money by selling a legal commodity or service, he chose to do this instead. A prison term of 150 years was imposed upon Madoff as his punishment. Is it feasible that SBF will meet the same fate as the other companies? It is anticipated that he will be extradited to the United States, where he would face wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud, conspiracy, money laundering, and violating laws relating campaign funding. Additionally, it is anticipated that he will break rules involving campaign finance. Even though he now claims to have donated roughly the same amount of money to Republicans as he did to Democrats, in the past he was the darling of the Democrats and donated millions of dollars to them. He now claims to have given approximately the same amount of money to Republicans as he did to Democrats. In the event that he is found guilty, he faces the possibility of receiving a term of up to 115 years in jail. The failure of one of the most significant cryptocurrency exchanges is yet another blow to an already precarious cryptocurrency industry, which has not yet fully recovered from the crisis that occurred in the spring. The cryptocurrency industry has not yet fully recovered from the catastrophe that occurred in the spring. When will people once again be able to put their faith in crypto? Is it safe to make transactions on Binance? An investigation against Binance and its founder, Cheng Penza, has been carried out by the Department of Justice of the United States of America since 2018. Binance was the first cryptocurrency exchange ever created. According to the reporting of Reuters, the problem lies with whether or not the cryptocurrency exchange Binance complies with the anti-money laundering laws and sanctions of the United States. Before making any kind of decision on an investment involving cryptocurrencies, it is vital to have a solid understanding of the inner workings of cryptocurrency. That brings today to a close. If you enjoyed watching the video, please click the bell button and subscribe to our channel, Hustle Originals.